An important part of your project may be to actually present data in some graphical form and comment on it. So for this example, I'm going to compare the heights of three different age groups, 14, 15 and 16-year-olds, using box and whisker plots. So first of all, I need to look at the data, and I've got that contained in an Excel sheet. And as you can see here, there's quite a lot of data, and if we look down, you'll see their heights. It's an opportunity before you actually start looking at the separate sections of data to just have a look at the heights that are reported. They're in order in this piece, and obviously you can identify items of data that you might consider inappropriate. So I'm going to call that one some rogue data, and I'm going to ignore that one, so I'll knock it out. In this case, I'll delete that line. And I think the other items of data, while that's a tall person, next thing is to get the data into order. So you need to actually perform a sort on this. So we'll go all the way back down, highlight the two columns, coming near to the end of the data now. Go up to the sort button, and we want to sort it on the column A, the 16-year-olds there. My data has headings. I could untick that, and then that would be column A, and I could simply sort it from smallest to largest. So I get the 14-year-olds. So I'd like to separate the data out. Let's have a look at the 14-year-olds. There aren't that many of them. So let's copy that data. And let's bring them over and put them here. So having got that data, we now need to actually find some statistics that we put into box and whisker plot. The minimum, the first quartile, the second quartile, which you may better know as the median, and the third quartile. And of course, the final figure will be the maximum figure. So from this, we can see that we have the heights are in order, so we know we've got a minimum of 1.47. Our maximum is 1.81. To find our first quartile, we can use the computer to do this. So we can put a formula in. So to do that, we need to put an equal sign in, and we want the quartile. I'm going to go for the one at the bottom on this particular software. Press enter on that. It says it needs a name. We have the array, which I'll select to be this, and we need a comma, and we put down the first quartile. And then we can close the brackets, and it finds the first quartile and calculates that for us. And we can do a similar thing with the other formulas. So we can carry that on down. In this case, carry that down. In this case, we need to just check. We can highlight that, make sure we get the correct array. Remember, it's going to increment that formula. So let's go back and put that that's now the number 2 and return. And we can do the same for this formula. So we highlight the incorrect array, check the correct array, and change that to a 3 for the third quartile. So we have the data for the first box and whisker plot, and we repeat the process for the 15 and 16-year-old. So after working out the details, I've placed the minimum Q2, Q3 written slightly differently for each of the data series there, and we've separated out the 3 age groups. We have all the data we need. We can go to the automatic website drawing tool, and we can actually plot these. So we go to the site, the link I have, we realize that it's possible to actually plot 3 graphs. Box plot title we can call them the 14-year-olds. Number 2 will of course be the 15-year-olds, but we can put the data in for each of the different sets. So we can copy the first set will be minimum 1.47. The first quartile will be 1.615. The next one will be the second quartile, or the median, 1.685. The third quartile will be 1.73. And the maximum figure will be 1.81. And we can repeat the process for all the others. So having completed the data for all 3 sets, we have a few other options to sort, and after a short while we get something worth having. So, having done the work, I've selected the following minimum and maximum. Distance between tick marks will give me the scale I have here. The image size and height, width and height, they need to be played with to get the kind of output that you feel is appropriate for your report. It says here, after clicking copy to clipboard, so we want to copy the image. We go back to our Word document, and in that we then want to paste, and it will be a paste special, and we want to paste the bitmap, and that should produce the drawing that we can use in the report we're about to make.